They say manipulation is evil, but what if I told you every day someone is already using it on you? Your teacher, your lover, your so-called friend. They don't need to scream, they smile, they nudge. They make you feel like it was your idea all along. And while you're busy being nice, they're playing chess with your emotions, your time, your life. But that ends today, because once you see these 12 manipulation tactics, you won't just recognize the game, you'll own the board, not to become a villain, but to stop being a victim. This isn't about tricks, this is mental warfare. Let's begin. 1. The emotional hook. They don't argue with logic. They go straight for your heart. They tell a painful story, show you a desperate situation, and suddenly you're feeling sympathy, urgency, guilt. They hijack your limbic brain, the emotional center that overrides reason. You say yes without asking, what's the catch? Because the catch was hidden in the feeling itself. How to resist. Pause, breathe. Ask yourself, would I still agree if this were emotion-free? That's your test. 2. Manufactured guilt. This is not direct blame. It's subtle manipulation wrapped in pity. They say, after everything I've done for you, and now you feel selfish for having a boundary. They twist your kindness into obligation. Guilt is no longer about right or wrong. It's about control. Antidote. Track the facts, not the feelings. Ask, did I actually betray them? Or are they weaponizing emotion to own me? 3. The illusion of choice. Do you want to help me today or tomorrow? Sounds like you're choosing, but you never agreed to help in the first place. This tactic limits your frame of vision. You feel free, but you're fenced in. It's like being handed 2 keys, both to the same cage. Break it by zooming out. Ask, what's not being offered? What's the third option? Freedom often lives outside the question. 4. Strategic silence. Silence can heal, but in the hands of a manipulator, it controls. They stop replying. They withdraw affection. Now you chase. You explain. You beg. The silence isn't calm, it's pressure. They let you talk yourself into guilt, compromise, or confession. Reclaim power by sitting in silence without fear. Let it pass. If their love is conditional on your discomfort, it's not love, it's control. 5. The compliment trap. You're so generous, you'll understand. They dress the dagger in velvet. Flattery isn't kindness here, it's currency. They inflate your ego so you won't see the strings. The moment you want to live up to the praise, you're already controlled. Ask yourself, would I still do this if they didn't compliment me first? If the answer is no, you've been played. 6. Shifting the frame. You say, you hurt me. They say, why are you so emotional? You say, this is unfair. They say, you always overreact. This tactic reframes you as the problem, and their behavior disappears from focus. Now you're on the defensive, explaining your emotions instead of exposing their actions. Solution: don't chase their frame. Repeat your truth. Stay on message. If they shift the battlefield, don't follow. Hold your ground. 7. The scarcity principle. Humans fear loss more than we desire gain. Manipulators use this. It's now or never. There's only one left. You panic. You rush. Not because it's worth it, but because you're afraid of missing out. Scarcity makes garbage look golden. Pause, ask, would I want this if I had all the time in the world? If not, it's manipulation, not opportunity. 8. Repetition for reality. You always forget. You're just lazy. You're lucky I stay. Say it enough times and it becomes your identity, even if it's a lie. Because your brain doesn't seek truth, it seeks patterns. And repetition creates comfort, not accuracy. To break the spell, write the statements down. Challenge them. Just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's true. 9. The foot in the door. Can you help me move one box? Next, can you stay the whole weekend? This is compliance through momentum. Your brain wants consistency. Once you say yes, it's hard to break the chain, even when it gets unfair. Manipulators know this. Defend your future self. Every small yes should pass one test. Would I say yes if this scaled up? 10th, deliberate confusion. They talk in circles, mix facts with lies. You're lost, but you won't admit it. So you nod, you agree, because you don't want to look stupid. That's their edge. They replace clarity with chaos, then swoop in with a simple solution. Here's how to resist. Slow down. Say, I don't understand. Explain it again. If they get irritated, you've exposed the game. 11th, triangulation. Even your best friend agrees with me. They all think you're being unreasonable. Now it's not them against you, it's everyone. They isolate you by faking support from invisible allies. It attacks your sanity and makes you doubt your position. Don't defend yourself against ghosts. Ask for names, verify. If they can't bring receipts, it was all a shadow play. 12. The exit threat. The nuclear move. Do this, or I'm gone. It's not a request. It's emotional blackmail. Suddenly it's a crisis. Lose yourself or lose them. But love isn't earned through obedience. Any connection that demands your surrender isn't love. It's a hostage situation. Let them walk. Losing a manipulator is not a loss. It's a release. You've just learned how the game works. You've seen the strings, and once you see them, you can't go back. But here's the truth most never realize. Manipulators evolve. They adapt. They upgrade. And if you don't keep sharpening your awareness, you'll fall for newer tricks, cloaked in smarter lies. So don't stop here, because the next time it happens, you won't have time to Google it. You'll either spot it instantly, or you'll fall silently. Subscribe now, because this isn't entertainment. This is self-defense.